I just want to talk for a minute here about this FX series Alien Earth. I recently got done watching it, and these are my totally off-the-cuff remarks. And I didn't script this, I didn't plan this, I just turned on the mic and I just wanted to start talking. What I saw was one of probably the worst executions of any property imaginable. This series is boring, it is nonsensical, it is a complete waste of time and resources. As the series goes on, it just keeps getting worse and worse, and just when you think it bottoms out, it finds a new way to get worse. Now, full disclosure, I am not a huge Alien fan, okay? I get the appeal. It's survival horror in space. You have this thing on a spaceship. It's trapped with you. You can't escape it, okay? I get that. I did like Aliens, the second movie, but after that, everything is just kind of, who cares? This whole thing about making a prequel to Alien, it runs headfirst into a wall like Wile E. Coyote. It just hard into that wall, and it falls into the trap that all prequels do. And that trap writes you into a box. You have no choice but to make this world smaller by trying to plug in the gaps. I don't care about what happens in this and how this gets its name and what happens on here. And I don't care. Tell me a new story. I don't care. Okay, as a non-Alien fan, it's not interesting. And I imagine Alien fans don't find it very interesting either. But the other thing, too, is having this star children. It's essentially, these are children in adult robot bodies. They make all the dumb decisions that children make, and the adults make the dumb decisions. Are you trying to make a commentary about transhumanism? Are you trying to make a commentary about the role of people in society? I don't get it. It has nothing to say. It has absolutely nothing to say. It falls into that trap that Picard fell into in season 2, is that it points out to these things. Corporate greed is bad. Transhumanism is bad. Wealth inequality is bad. Pollution is bad. What do we do about it? Damned if we know. It's bad and you should feel bad about it. They point to these things, say they're bad, and I'm like, that's good sci-fi right there. That's a good allegory right there. No, it's not. You're pointing these things, you have no commentary, you have nothing to say on it. The only thing we could really learn from this is don't let the nerds run everything. The guy, Boyd Cavalier guy, he's obviously supposed to be Mark Zuckerberg or Curtis Yarvin or something. Shove him back into the locker where he belongs. That's how we dealt with his kind back in the day. The other thing, too, about the Alien universe, and this is the big flaw in the whole setup, is that without faster-than-light travel, it all becomes pointless. How long is the mission? 65 years. I'm going to be following the orders of someone who's been long dead? And I'm like, why? Why? I'm just going to take the money and go. Screw it. Who's going to stop me? I mean, really, it makes no sense. Without faster-than-light travel, this whole universe falls apart. That's the one big hole in it. And one of the things I've noticed, and this is a problem with modern storytelling, is that there are no good guys. There are no good guys, and this reminds me of the scene with Elaine from Seinfeld, who looks like Tulsi Gabbard, I might as well just call her Tulsi Gabbard, when she says to her assistant in Thunderbolts,
"You're brought up to believe that there's a good guy and a bad guy, but then eventually you come to realize that there's a bad guy and a worse guy, and nothing else."
There's no rooting interest in anything. There's no rooting interest. Everybody is a victim, and everybody is exploited. It's just horrible. It is horrible. It is horribly written. It is horribly acted. It is horribly executed. It is just a horrible, horrible, horrible presentation on the whole. This is a complete waste of time. I took a bullet watching this. I took one for the team watching this, so you wouldn't have to. The other thing too is, on a final note here, this really shows you the problems with modern writing and modern storytelling. And you have this guy Noah Hawley, who did this series, he almost worked on Star Trek. And wow, we really, really dodged a bullet with that one. If he did Star Trek, that would have been a total disaster. But we see the problem he and other writers have is that they don't believe in heroes. There are no heroes in this story. There's only villains and the exploited. And people who are taking advantage of, the villains taking advantage of people. I mean, television writer Ron Friedman, he once talked about you have something in Hollywood called propulsive narrative fiction.
There is a Hollywood standard of storytelling, which is propulsive narrative fiction, where nobody is in doubt about who the protagonist is, what the universe of the story is, what's at stake, who the bad guys are. Hollywood is very, very good at delineating that and delivering it with impact, where the characters come to life quickly, where the rooting interest is engaged quickly, which is why the Hollywood storytelling technique is the standard of the world.
Because, as he said, America is a nation of immigrants and not everybody could speak English. So you had to tap into those very visceral truths in storytelling. And this doesn't do that. There are no good guys and no bad guys in this. There's no rooting interest. I can't root for the kids. They're unlikable. I can't even root for the bad guy in an ironic sense in that he's just a total cretin. It's terrible. This is terrible. This should not get a second season. If it does, it's a travesty. And I think we see other problems. Alien is now owned by Disney, and we see once again the Disneyfication of this problem. You have the law. Peter Pan is a theme that runs through this entire thing. Peter Pan, the kids don't grow up, and they're terminally ill, and they're put in these robot bodies, and so they never grow up. But again, we see the other problem in that you take a strong female protagonist, the young girl who leads her people to freedom. I'm like, give it a fucking rest already. Just give it a rest. Again, this is a Disneyfied property. I know it's on FX and Hulu, but still, this has Disney's greasy little thumbprints all over it. And it's just going to get worse if this gets a season 2, which it should not get. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. How is this that hard? Maybe Alien isn't a franchise. Maybe that's the other thing. Alien should not be a franchise. Alien is probably a good sci-fi movie. And the sequel is a good sci-fi movie. But that's it. You should stop right there. Stop trying to make this a franchise. Stop trying to make this a series. This isn't prestige television. This is garbage. This is a waste of time. All right, everybody. Like and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.